This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button. Sorry about yesterday. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's get right into it. So Rihanna and Drake were seen together at ASAP Yams Day, and she had just broken up with her billionaire boyfriend. Rihanna's had a extremely successful career for the past 15 years now. She has her own clothing line, makeup, everything. Now Drake has had a crazy 10-year run. Her and Drake used to date. They saw each other at Yams Day unexpectedly, and now Drake just recently came off an interview explaining how Rihanna was the cause of Chris Brown and Drake feuding. I mean, they never really had a friendship before that, but they were feuding, and he said it was because of her. But then now, since they've seen each other at Yams Day, there's rumors of them hanging out more and everything. Maybe maturity brings two people together later on, you know? We'll see. We'll have to see how this one turns out. Now, Rich Homie Quan recently did an interview with DJ Scream on his podcast, and on here, they asked him about Young Thug. Now, Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug came in around the same time. Around 2010, 11, 12 is when they really rose to stardom, okay? When you're first coming in the game, ego's crazy. You know, you're going from 0 to 100 real fast. No pun intended, okay? So, Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan were working together, and it seemed like they were forming a group under Rich Gang with Birdman. Now, this is when Birdman was starting to have his non-public issues with Wayne. They didn't go public till about 2014. So he had started the whole different company of Rich Gang just in case something happened with Cash Money and Young Money. Smart. Notice he doesn't really shout out Rich Gang anymore. It was a backup plan. Anyways, obviously they had a huge hit, Lifestyle, right? Huge. And then Rich Homie, they just stopped working together at one point. Young Thug's commented in the past years, you know, he knows what he did. I think it was on Big Boy TV. He was like, he knows what he did. That we can never be cool again. You know, he did something that we can never be cool again. I forgive him, but we can never be cool again. Rich Homie Quan can't recall what it is. So he wants to sit down and have a talk. He says we were both at our egos at the time. His crew was talking. It was really the people around us talking that stopped us from being cool anymore. And that can happen, you know. So, and these guys made good music together. Now, Young Thug never really stopped. So his buzz just kept going. Rich Homie Quan stopped because he had contractual issues. He said in the same interview, he said, I didn't look at the contracts I was signing. And, you know, I had signed something that I shouldn't have signed. And it wasn't a bad contract. I wasn't getting paid for the past songs I did. So I stopped making new songs. This is the same thing that happened to Joel Santana. Joel Santana stopped making new songs at one point because he had a contractual issue with Def Jam, because Jay-Z went over there. He had a problem with Dipset at the time, and it stopped. You know, Joel's was on Def Jam, and Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam, and it stopped him from moving. Plus, he had a contractual issue with Cameron, supposedly, at that time. Well, he did. And he stopped making music. But sometimes when you stop making music, your buzz dies too. You got to keep marketing your brand, because when you stop marketing your brand, people forget about your brand and it falls off. It's so hard to play that, because you also got to wait for your brand to die off so they'll let you go. But at the same time, you're losing your momentum and you might not get it back. And that's what happened here. So, and then remember, you know, Gucci Mane tried to pay $1 million to have them do a tape together, and then Young Thug spazzed on him and said, bro, I brought you back. Wait, where is this? Gucci Mane. He said, bro, I brought you back. Stay out of this business. Blah, 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 blah. Because he had $1 million cash for Rich Homie Quan and Young Thug. And Rich Homie Quan was like kind of with it. Young Thug was not with it. Young Thug responded. What did he say? Young Thug dissed him back, actually. What did he say? I'm trying to see exactly word for word what he said. Me and my hubby. Yeah, I don't see the exact tweet. It was disrespectful, though. I remember that. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I will check you guys the next one. Do you think that they will form a group again? Or do you think they'll do music together again? I think it's worth exploring. I think they had good chemistry. Anyways, guys, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. I hope you guys are having a great day. Stay positive. Keep the bad stuff away from you. And keep going. And keep going hard, man. You know, I know that sometimes you feel like you want to give up. Do not give up. Because when you give up, look, you could end up losing your whole buzz. You got to keep the momentum going. Because if you don't keep the momentum going, you could lose all momentum together and have to start from ground zero. And you don't want to have to do that.